Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is all about quantum speed reading. Now what is this quantum speed reading? Quantum speed reading is a right brain function that was first discovered in Japan by a Shichida teacher, and it is also called wave reading or hedo reading. A child can read 3 to 5 pages in a minute or just by flipping the pages rapidly, absorbing the information in it. Now, how to practice and develop the skill of quantum speed reading for a child of different ages, I am going to tell you. The base for quantum speed reading is to be developed since the child is born. I'll tell you the activities. For example, for an infant of 0 to 2 years, how you can practice the quantum speed reading is first step is the mother speaking to a child. Now, it's very important for you to speak to the child as much as possible. I remember since Shivansh was born, I had decided I would talk a lot to him to develop his vocabulary. And I remember even discussing serious topics. I mean, anything and everything with him going in the family. And I still see people, they do not talk to their child much other than talking about the toys and a few parentese language here and there. And the basic principle of that is the first and the foremost principle of Montessori education is that we treat an infant just as another respectable human being in your family, who has a right to get involved in everything that is going around you. So first step is to develop a child's vocabulary by speaking to a child as much as possible. In fact, even when a child is in womb, a child, it can listen to the mother's voice, to the father's voice, and to the family member's voice. So it's advisable that you talk to the child since it is in the womb. Second is the daily life experiences that a child goes through. And the third and the most important is reading picture books with the child with few words and big letters and the words that are frequently repeated. So this was the practice, 3-step practice for a child of 0 to 2 years. Again, for a child of 2 to 4 years, the things that you need to practice for developing the base for QSR, that is quantum speed reading, is first is by telling the imaginary stories to a child, where a child is the hero. Second is through pretend play. Again, pretend play includes so much of communication, vocabulary development, language development. Playing in nature, that is a third step. And fourth step again is the picture books. That is a picture books with few words and large fonts. So you can see that reading the picture books with words in large fonts, with repeated words that are in large fonts is very important until the child is able to read by himself. And generally a child is ready to read by himself around the age of 4. So it's very important that you read picture books, you show them as much as picture books. And for that reason, I have made few books myself, printing them in black and white and using the folders for each subject. Now the subject that I have chosen for making the books are the one for which we have already done one or more activities before. That is either the hands-on activities or the flashcards activities or on a particular topic or the puzzles played, etc. So that the reason for using these subjects is that the child can relate to when I am reading to Shivansh. So the idea here is to focus on words, to focus on reading. Okay, so now I'll go through the books that I have made one by one. And this is a box, a DIY box I have made to keep these books here. You can see I'll go through the books one by one. Okay, so the first book is, this is a book on what time is it. Okay, so I have the book that I have made is includes a repeated word, that is what time is it, repeated sentence, I'm sorry. What time is it? This is the sentence that is repeated in this book. Like it's 1 o'clock. What time is it? It's 2 o'clock. What time is it? It's 3 o'clock. So there is a sight words are also repeated. And by repeating the same line, it is captured into a child's mind more better. And these are the printables. You might see my videos previously recorded, and you can find these printables linked into those videos. So this is a book on what time is it? Okay. Second book is What Krishna Likes. If you remember, if you have seen my video, I have done a video on the activities based upon Janmashtami, and if you have not seen, I'll paste the link below. And here the word like is repeated, like I like mogra flower, I like to play flute, I like to eat guava fruit. So these hands-on activities we have already done. You can check my previous video, and this is only a concentration on the sentences and the words. This is another book. Okay, the third book is the book on solar planets. You might have seen my videos on teaching the solar system to the child, and this is a book on it. Here the words I am is repeated. I am Neptune, I am Uranus, and a small sentence about the planet. Mercury, and closest planet. Okay, the fourth book is The Animals and Their Food. These printables I found it from somewhere, from a video from Mommy India, and I will, if possible, I will paste the link below in the description box. Please let me know if you are interested in the printables in the comment section below. So here the child learns the word eats, and also what animal eats what food. That too a child learns. Dog eats moon, monkey eats fruits, frog eats flies. And I say, what does Shivansh like to eat? And he says sabji roti. Okay. The next book is Animals and Their Homes. This too we have done before. The horse lives in a stable. This printable again is from the same source. I'll paste the link below if possible. The fish lives in water. The hen lives in a coop. Okay. Next book is the book on the positional words. This is where the chick lives. Where is the chick? The chick is out of the barn. The chick is on the top of the tractor. The chick is below the duck. The chick is between the duck and the cat. And similarly, there is again a book in continuation. Where is the butterfly? Butterfly is above the flowers. Butterfly is between the bees. I'm going to underline the positional words here. We have not seen this book yet. The others we have seen although. So there is a chick, there is a butterfly, and then there is a frog. If possible, I'll paste the link for this printable also. Okay, so this is a book on positional words. And then we have, it's not the last one. This is a book on the 29 states of India and how we dress. So here is a book, like we are from Jammu and Kashmir, and this is how we dress up. We are from Himachal Pradesh, and this is how we dress up. Now, my idea of preparing this book was, since we were learning the states of India, You might have seen the previous video. If you have not seen, I'll paste the link below. My idea was to make him understand the different states and the people of different states to reinforce the names of the 29 states of India. That's why I made this book. And these printables I have taken from Google. I'll paste the link below if you want. So these are the 29 states and how they dress up there. Okay, this is just a printable you have seen for teaching the solar system. And lastly, here is, these are still unfinished books, but I'll just tell you what they are. This is a book on periodic table elements. Now the next flashcards that we are going to do is on periodic table. But since I thought that periodic table could be very boring for a child, because without knowing what is periodic table and how it is how it is used, doing the flashcards would be boring for a child. So what I thought is first to make a book on the periodic table. I'll go through this book first, and then I'll show him the flashcards on the periodic table elements. So the printables are also available, but they are pending to be pasted here. Like rupee coin is made up of nickel. So what I am going to do is take an image of a rupee coin, take a printout of it, and paste it here, and do an arrow here, and paste a picture of the this element nickel here. So he understands that the coin is made up of nickel. So nickel is something used as a raw material. Like wrench is made up of vanadium. Since he knows what is French, he knows what is a rupee coin, it's easy for him to relate to what all these elements are. Like banana has potassium in it. Every child knows what is banana. So you can teach them it has potassium inside it. Swimming pool water has chlorine in it. Garlic has sulfur in it. So my child knows what garlic is, so he could relate to that garlic has sulfur, and it becomes easy then to show them the flashcards on periodic elements. Sun is made up of hydrogen and helium. Here I am going to paste the picture of the sun and two arrows here, and then the two pictures of the atoms or the elements of hydrogen and helium. Pencil is made up of carbon. Okay, this is one book, and then next book I am planning is just a kind of test. Like this book I'm going to laminate it, or I'll just put them in the folders and put the velcro stickers here, and I can ask Shivansh like which is the biggest planet of the solar system, and I'm going to give him all these cutouts that I have already made. And this can be a quizzing activity, like which is the biggest planet, and Shivansh has to paste this here. Similarly, which planet has no water, and that is Venus. Which is a rocky red planet, that is Mars. Which planet is farthest from the sun? Which planet is closest to the sun? What do the planets do around the sun? And here I'm going to paste a picture of the orbiting the solar system. Which planet has beautiful rings? And what is the name of our planet? So this book is good for, you can get to know whether the child does understand everything or not. Similarly, here is a book like where do you put your clothes? Where do you go for swimming? Where do apples grow? And now why I have taken this question is we had done an activity for vocabulary and language development. That was a game or a matching game by the brand creators. I'll paste the link below for your understanding. You'll get to understand more why I have made this book. And because of that, I made this book. And the pictures are still pending to be sticked. I'm sorry for that, did not get time still. So yeah, that's it. These are the books. You can make your own books on the subjects that your child has already done. It is advisable to make books on those. Yeah, that's it. And thanks for watching, guys. If you like my videos, do subscribe, do give a thumbs up if you like them, and do share it with other parents as much as possible, so that they come to know about the early childhood learning. And that's it. Bye. Thanks for watching.